Hello everyone, welcome once again to my YouTube channel, aka the Shining Light Learning Insightful Hub. Wow, an amazing platform. Oh, you recall my first ever video, we discussed, I mentioned that we're discussing about legal, real estate and corporate training. Okay, so today before I start, I want to congratulate all women because we are still, as long as month of March is ongoing, we are still celebrating our women. So I'm celebrating our women, especially women in real estate practice and lawyers who are also doing mighty things in real estate practice. And all the lawyers all over the world, you are celebrated. All the women all over the world, you are celebrated. You will recall I did mention in my last video 2 weeks ago that today I'll be discussing about the implications of buying properties under AMCON custody. Implications of buying properties under AMCON list of properties. You will recall that the last video was on legal checklist before buying properties under AMCON. So today is the implications. All right. So the last video was on legal checklist, what you need to consider, and now the implications. Okay, so sit back and enjoy the video. All right, so generally, it's safe to buy properties from AMCON, generally, except in the following conditions. Okay, so you can buy properties from AMCON if, one, the owner has forfeited their right over the property. They want to use the property as the full and final settlement of their debt. Then it is safe. It means that AMCON can sell it off and recover the loans that the corporate body is owing. Okay, so once they have forfeited their right, it's goodbye. Okay, all right. Two, where parties have reached conclusive settlement, final settlement, parties have met, discussed on terms and conditions, agreed on the terms of conditions, executed the memorandum of understanding or agreement, as the case may be, but there is a document to back it up that they have settled. In that case, you are good to go. Third, AMCON properties are safe to buy if there are non-contentious issues regarding their takeover. Okay? If the due process was followed in accordance with the law regarding their takeover of the assets of the company, then there is no issue. You can go ahead and buy. You will recall in the video that I showed us in the last content I created, where Supreme Court held that in the case of AMCON and Suru Worldwide, that the process of the due process was not followed in the case of takeover of Suru Worldwide assets. Okay, so you need to be sure that the properties you are buying, one, the owners have forfeited their right. Two, there is conclusive, full and final settlement. And three, no contentious issues regarding the takeover. So in those three instances, they are good to go. But where you are buying a property under AMCON custody and due process is not followed or was not followed before the takeover of the organization or the assets of the corporate body, I can assure you, and I can say that categorically, that it is not a safe buy. There are implications. If you are buying any property, they have contentious issues, parties are in court, there is no full and final settlement, the owners of the property have not forfeited their right, either because they consider that their loans were non-performing at the point when it was sold, or they were servicing their loan. There are so many issues that can make the owners to be contesting the takeover of their assets. In such cases, you do not need to buy. Why? Because if you buy such properties, one, the implications are if you're a lawyer, your clients will be losing their funds. So there'll be loss of investment funds because the matter is still ongoing. Two, if you are buying a property that is under AMCON list of properties and there's an existence of litigation, the truth is that there is an indefinite time. You cannot guarantee when that matter will end. In the case of Suru Worldwide and AMCON, you can see that the court has directed that due process has not followed and has redirected the matter back to Federal High Court for the matter to start afresh. and parties to maintain status quo before the takeover. So what it means, the implication is that the properties, the Best Western Hotel is going back to Suru Worldwide, and the property has already been sold. The hotel has already been sold to a third party. So what happens to that third party? All right, you see why it is important to engage a lawyer while buying a property in Nigeria to conduct due diligence, especially where a property is not a safe buy. Okay, so because of this, these are the implications of buying properties under AMCON. Because the matter has not been resolved, clients will lose their funds. Recovery of the fund can take years, and getting the property back might not be possible anymore, and you might have lost the money because the interest rates and the commercial value are no longer the same. So it's important that when you are buying any property, please get a lawyer involved from the beginning of the transaction till the end of transaction. Okay, so in my next video, I'll be discussing certain questions you need to ask at every transaction in real estate. Remember, every real estate transaction, they are unique, subject to what you meet on ground. So what are questions that you need to ask when you are buying a property? Okay, so it's important. If you are buying from Omonile, if you are buying from children of the deceased, the owners, the actual owners are late, and the people that are selling are their children, you are buying from someone who have not registered their title. What questions do I need to ask? What document do I need to, expect? Every transaction is different. And if you are buying a property that have an existing judgment as the title, what do you need to look out for? Watch out in my next video. You don't want to miss the next video, because this is what differentiates between a lawyer in real estate practice and a general lawyer who is just trying to, mediate in the transaction. You need a lawyer in the real estate transaction to be able to mitigate real estate investment risk. Until then, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that now. Click on the notification button, because the next video is a must watch. Thank you so much, and